So here we are, Castle Peak trailhead. It's snow, kind of like helling. If I was by myself, I probably wouldn't do it, but I'm here with the hiking expert, Brian. Say hi, Brian.
Yeah, the expert. The fool who's hiking in the snow with you.
And yeah, I'm with him, and a Husky who's okay with the cold. But we have a shelter, first aid kits. We're prepared, we're not stupid. And we know we can turn around anytime, so should be a fun little hike. It's just unexpected to see this cold of weather, you know, freezing in June. Yeah. So yesterday I was up here and it wasn't quite this cold. Today is about 10 degrees colder than yesterday. I didn't see any snow on the peaks, and then this morning on the drive up we could see all the snow, so it's definitely interesting and exciting. So we'll see what happens. Here we go. I didn't plan on doing much footage of Castle Peak on this hike because I've already hiked it, but after seeing this view, I had to just capture this. This is awesomely beautiful. The clouds, the mountain, everything, the snow that just fell. So yeah, happy to be up here. Feels really good. It's about 35 degrees and the cold just, it's refreshing. I love it. So here we are, almost up to the ridge, and man, it's a gorgeous day. We got some snow. It's definitely nice up here. A little bit out of breath. This is one of the harder parts until we get up to the straight up climb. Man, what a beautiful day this is. We met a guy who, no problem. We met a guy who got stranded up here last night, somewhat stranded. He ended up sleeping in Peter Grubb Hut, which is an emergency shelter on the other side of this ridge we're getting ready to reach. So it's kind of interesting to find out or meet somebody that encountered a near-death experience while climbing up this trail just yesterday. And the reason is last night there was 40-mile-an-hour winds, and he said it was impossible to set up a tent and keep it up. And so he knew about the shelter and made it over to the PCT and got into the shelter and slept in it last night. And he said he was cold the whole night, so because it dropped down into low 30s last night. And you can see it from here, but that's where we're getting ready to climb straight up the left side of Castle Peak there. It's straight up. I definitely won't have the camera on for that. It takes a little bit more focus to be able to navigate it safely. And here we are. Oh my gosh, how beautiful. So, Peter Grubb Hut is down this valley. There's a sign for it, 1 mile. And it looks like the trail goes down that way. So, our goal today is to climb Castle Peak. Then afterwards, we're going to hike up along the ridge line over to Basin Peak and back, as long as we don't get completely snowed out. And I see a search and rescue helicopter over there. So there are a few cars in the parking lot with snow on them, so some people definitely did encounter the storm last night. I want to apologize for the wind, but it's my fault. But I'm going to turn around so you can see there's a little bit of a storm brewing. If I was by myself, I would have climbed down already. But
a little windy.
Yeah, we both have a little bit of experience, and also we know that if it got really bad, 1.25 miles down to my right is Peter Grubb Hut, where we could shelter. I mean, it's almost just as far to the car. So
yeah, or just down in the valley where you're not in the wind. You get some good protection just behind some of these trees and rocks down low too, you know?
yeah, true.
Because this is just total exposure on this hillside.
But no, we're gonna eat. There's a cave, 2 caves up the top where people will probably be already, but hopefully they're nice enough to let us eat in there as well, because it's gonna
Otherwise
be,
we can throw them out.
yeah. All right, we've almost reached the fun part up here on my left. If you look up there very carefully, you can see some people coming down it right now. And there's where we came down, that ridge down there. So we're getting there slowly. So we're at the hardest part right now. There's the other peak down there, Basin Peak. And then down in that valley is Peter Grubb Hut. And over there, you can't see, hidden in the snow, is Donner Peak and Mount Judah. So yeah, it's snowing up here. It's straight up right now, so this is the hardest part. I'm taking a little break. So we've already passed the hardest part of the trail, so we're getting close. So hey Brian.
Yeah, baby.
Conquering mountains in June.
It's gonna snow in June.
They said it was supposed to be 70 and sunny.
Well, it is 70 at sea level. It's not up here at 9,000 feet. Send nudes.
Oh yes, check that out. Send nudes. I have an idea who might have wrote that in the snow. The guy wearing shorts and a t-shirt.
Probably.
He was half naked.
Yeah.
Oh, and Julie, if you're watching, stop watching with the kids. That's a giant penis right there. It's snowing right now. I wanted to stop just to turn around to show you. The snow flying in is so beautiful. So if I was by myself right now, I wouldn't be doing this kind of hike. Just want you to know I try to play it safe. But man, this is amazing. Good boy, Jasper. It's weird. Sometimes I've been hiking with Jasper so much. Sometimes he just knows when I'm about to start hiking without me moving. It's weird. All right. We're almost up to our snow cave where we planned on eating lunch if there's not 100 people in it already.
Right fork in the road. Straight?
Yep, straight. That's our little cave right there. All right, we've reached our lunchtime location.
Hey, there's snow in our cave.
Uh-oh. Snow doesn't belong in the cave.
You bring your broom?
Yes. Let me go over and look at the other cave real quick and see how it looks.
Okay.
Oh crap, there's snow in this one too.
Yeah, this one's facing directly into the wind.
So we're like literally 20 feet from the summit, but go, go, go. Whew. Forecast says it's 36 degrees. It's not 36 degrees, it's much colder in this wind. Probably about 20. Because I'm wearing winter gloves and my fingers are frozen. Stay, good boy. So we just came down. It was pretty cold up there. Glad to be back down. We sat in the ice crevice, or not ice cave, but a rock cave, and ate lunch in it while our hands froze. And now that we're 1,000 feet down out of the wind, it's a lot warmer. I'm finally starting to thaw out. How you feeling, Brian?
Awesome. Fantastic.
All right, so yeah. And Jasper's doing good, so we're gonna go check out Peter Grubb Hut real quick. Back at the Peter Grubb Hut trailhead, it's just a mile, so we're gonna go check out the Grubb Hut real quick. Let's go down Peter Grubb Hut Trail. It's only 1 mile, so. And there's fresh tracks going to it, so there's probably someone down there camping in it. It's hardly camping if you're in a log cabin, though. Hey Jasper. Oh yeah, Huskies love the snow. Huskies love the snow. That's a good boy. You're in Husky heaven, aren't you? Don't burn up all your energy, buddy. We still got a mountain to climb out of here. Probably just 1,000 feet. Not much, but still. We just came from that peak there. We were going to hike along the ridge up to Basin Peak, but glad we didn't because it started snowing and it's coming down pretty good, you could tell. So we're getting ready to go to Peter Grubb Hut. It's a small little shelter which we're probably a couple hundred yards away from. Just can't see it yet, but it's this amazing valley here. It's just a real beautiful area. So yeah, gonna see if we could find the shelter, hang out in there for a little bit and then hike back out. It's only 4 or 5 miles to the car, but very few footprints. And we found the hut. Hey Brian! Brian! Brian is going down the trail searching for it, and here's the hut right here. So he walked directly past it, or maybe he found it also. Yep, maybe he found it first, but I could see it from the mountaintop, just barely. I can see the ridge of it, so it's pretty amazing that we found it. It's just a little emergency shelter. There it is, Peter Grubb Hut. Not a bad time to find it. And there's my Husky. a bunch of emergency firewood. I have a feeling Brian might be inside. Okay, so I'm inside Peter Grubb Hut. So you could actually come and stay here if you had an emergency. Preferred method is you come here and it's not an emergency and you just put in like a little reservation ticket or application to stay. It's just so they don't get too many people here at once. But it's owned by the Grubb family in honor of Peter, who died after World War I bicycling in Europe. And here's the upstairs, just to show you real quick. And there's pictures along the wall of, I'm presuming, the Grubb family. But no, it's a pretty cool little cabin. Trying to climb down this ladder without breaking my neck one-handed. You got benches, places to hang your food and your clothes to dry, a fireplace. Got Brian outside the window, cabinets. There's actually food, and there's a sign that says not to leave more food, eat it. It's probably so it doesn't go bad, but if I was camping here and I was still hungry after eating dinner, I would tap into it and eat a little bit. But it's probably better to save it for the other people. Okay, so here we go. There's the solar electric lighting. And I'll show you. I'll turn it on for 2 seconds. There comes the lights. I'm going to turn it off. I don't want to waste it. It's not a sunny day, so it's not that full. Anyways, just wanted to show this cool little cabin. But man, it's a cool little hut. It's so crazy. I don't want to leave. I want to stay up here. Brian! That's weird. He went down the trail ahead of me. Now I can't find him. I think he walked past it because I almost walked past it twice. It's definitely pretty awesome that people would make something like this for people to shelter in. There's the outhouse. Let's see what's up here. Oh, it's a 2-story outhouse. Pretty awesome. So he's, I think, down the trail. I don't think he found it. This makes for a little bit of excitement. Brian! I don't know which way he went. But I probably should stay by the trail. That way if he comes back, he could find me and he could also find the shelter because it's starting to come down just a little bit more than before. Oh yeah. We're entering a snowstorm. That's fun. Good thing we're both prepared with cold weather gear. We saw some people hiking out here in shorts and t-shirts. Granted, on the ridge it's 60 degrees, but you get to the top it's about 20. Oh, okay. Looks like he found it before us. Brian? So this lower room right here is the wood room, and here's the outside. There's Brian, we found him. He's not lost.
Yeah, I got solar power for that battery and that charging lights.
Oh yeah, and there you see the cable running down down to it.
Probably 100 watt or something.
And there's the door to get in if it's all snowed out.
Yeah.
You could climb that ladder.
That's your way in.
1972, so it's not as old as I imagined. Maybe it's older, just
yeah, they could have
built
built a slab in 72 and done upgrades to
yeah, because it looks a little bit older to me.
You see these anchors that are going through the concrete to those 4x4 studs holding up the ceiling.
Oh yeah,
Right there.
yeah. Well, we probably should hike out before we get snowed in by some crazy storm, because there's some pretty crazy gnarly clouds. Do you want to look off this ridge up here to my right?
What's that?
You want to
Yeah,
look over that ridge?
sure.
Explore it before we hike out? Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Let's go, Jasper.
It's funny how all the snow is missing here, but it's all around us.
And see, you could camp right out here too.
Ah, picture tent. Yeah. Of course, it'd be nice and toasty in there. Picture that wood burning fireplace. I mean, some
Oh,
are
yeah.
not going to want a wood.
But if you didn't
fireplace.
get the permit or whatever in time, or
yeah,
you couldn't reach somebody,
reservation,
yeah. Or it was full of people already.
Right.
But they might share their wine with you. Who knows? All right, we're coming up to a ridge here, just so we can look down. It's nice, pretty slabs of granite.
What was up here is a footprint.
Oh, you found footprints?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh yeah, looked like from earlier today maybe. Probably thinking the same thing we're thinking. Like, what can they see over this ridge? Yeah. But that lake I was talking about is probably just right down there.
Yeah.
So we could always come back and go to that lake. It's Sand Lake. Cool. What a beautiful little valley.
That's a pretty spot. Peaks here right there.
Yeah. Here we go. Just exploring off the side of the PCT, and we are up in the mountains, and down in that valley is where you're going to see Sand Peak, I believe it is, right across from us. I think that's the name. But man, these snowdrifts are massive. There's one down there. Looks like it's 6 or 7 feet high. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're bordering the backcountry wilderness.
It's a video of this with the snow coming in. Look at this, man.
The snow's just coming in, yeah.
That's awesome.
We're gonna get hit by it pretty hard here in a second. Might as well enjoy it while we can. Oh, and here it comes. Oh,
Nick's ready to go snowboard. He's got his goggles and hat on, but just no snowboard.
it works. My eyes are not cold, even facing the storm. Holy crap. crap. It is coming down. I did not expect it. We better get out of here, Brian. This is a blizzard, straight up.
Yeah, but it's gonna pass. It'll pass. But yeah, we should move anyhow.
Yeah, we're right in the middle of a blizzard. It's pretty bad.
Oh, look at this, man.
Yeah, before we lose our trail.
Yeah. No, I got my GPS too, so.
Just give me 1 second.
Take your time.
I'm starting to need my gloves again. I started to get cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, still filming. It's coming down. This is gonna make for some really cool footage.
I know, it is. It's awesome.
If we make it out alive. Hey, Jasper. But jokes aside, if he decided to run and take off and didn't come, I wouldn't go look for him in these kind of conditions. I would sever my losses and say goodbye to a friend. So, you heard that, Jasper?
He knows better.
Yeah, stay by.
I know. I know who feeds me and gives me shelter.
Yep. It's coming down. We're outside of the wind in the trees, so it's kind of nice in here. Come on, Jasper. All right. Back in the sun, coming out of the trees. It's still coming down. Not as bad as it was a minute ago, but right on the ridge where we're in the open wind, it appeared like blizzard condition, but once you're on the trail here in the sun, it doesn't seem so much like a blizzard. But it is a little bit of snow for June. It's definitely bizarre, and I'm going to have some interesting footage to look at. So we're not done yet. Get ready to check off our second peak of the day. So it was originally supposed to be like a 7-mile hike. We're probably going to put in 10 or 11, which is cool. But we're gonna make it. And the reason I know we're gonna make it is I have a granola bar. All right, we're almost to the next summit. This is a fall summit right here. So I just want to show Castle Peak. So we made it up to the first turret on the far left. And if you look up to the third turret on the far right, rock climb to get to. We only went to the far left first turret because we want to live today. Plus we were already frozen. We did not make it to Basin Peak, which is where I'm facing right now, but we did go down in the valley to Peter Grubb Hut, which is a pretty cool little, very cool little hut we want to go back to eventually, but do some backcountry fishing. But that's another day.
Straight up.
So we've reached the point to where we see some tracks in the snow, but we want to hit the summit, so we're just going to go straight up. All right, wish us luck. We're on Andesite Peak. Looking south, looking west. So over those mountains is Reno and Nevada, my homeland, and Castle Peak. Brian. Basin Peak. And I think that peak over there is called Sand Peak. And there's supposed to be like Sand Lake down there in the valley, like a small trout lake. And then Highway 80 is down here to my left. You can hear it, but you can't see it. So yeah, we are up here.
Volcanic up here. Look at this rock.
I know, it's amazing. Oh wow. These will look good in my front yard. In my flower bed. Come on, Jasper. Jasper, come on, buddy. Let's go, buddy. Okay, we're descending now. I believe we're only about 8,000 feet. So we got 1,000 feet to go down until we get back to the car. And one more little quick panoramic here. I'm going to shut the camera off so I could use my walking stick for balance and safety.
So 9:30, 6.5 hours roughly.
Oh wow. So let's see. We're back to the vehicle, back to the trailhead, and I'm getting ready to pull up my fitness tracker to see how far we walked. I'm guessing 12 miles. Nope. So yesterday I did 6 miles, today is 10.7, so still pretty good. So we did Castle Peak, Andesite Peak, and Grubb Hut. Went down to the Grubb Hut in the backcountry. So yeah, fun day.